You're a high-ticket expert, speaker, or coach, and you want to close a $100,000 day. Closing those 6 or 7-figure days is possible for anybody. And I know that you have the potential. You have what it takes to create 6 or 7-figure days even. My name is Matthew White, and over the last few years, I've sold over $24 million in high-ticket coaching and consulting packages. And I want to share with you some of the lessons that I've learned that have helped me get from where I was to where I am today. And I know I get to speak to tons of experts around the world, and I get asked heaps of questions about this. And I just wanted to share something with you today that I think may help you to be able to grow faster on your trajectory to selling high-ticket coaching and consulting programs at scale. Imagine doing $100,000 every month, and you could do that consistently. That's a multi-million-dollar business. And so let me share with you my perspective on all of this. And all of us start at the same place. We're all come from being the caterpillar, right? We need to start at a place wherever we are. For me, it was in construction. I was a construction worker. And back in the day, I knew nothing about marketing, about sales, about building funnels, about email lists. I knew nothing about that. I had to educate myself and learn. There was a journey to go through, and it wasn't easy. It was really hard for me because I struggle with understanding certain principles and concepts about it, and I had to force myself along the way. But here's the thing. As we grow through our journey, right, there are so many people that understand that they want to have the thing. They want to have this amazing business, a business that's flourishing. They want to be known and recognized and be a champion in their field. And in the beginning, you'd have this desire. I did. I had this big desire to want to be something better, but I needed to go through these steps. What I find a lot of people do is they get all excited. They learn about these ideas and they start getting motivated to want to do things. And then they get to this place here. They're going through the evolution and they get stuck in a cocoon. This cocoon is a dangerous place to be for a lot of people because this is a place where you're second guessing, you're hiding yourself away, you're not getting out there, you're chasing shiny objects, you're going from one thing to the next, you're not too sure about what's ahead. Fear of failure strikes you. And a lot of people get stuck in this for a very, very long time. I know I did. Coming from construction to kind of breaking into the world of marketing and learning stuff, I started overthinking, second guessing, wondering if it was ever going to work for me. What did I need to do to make this work? And I see a lot of people getting stuck in this, hiding themselves away, afraid to really get out of their comfort zone and go and challenge the world and become something better, bigger, bolder. But it takes a lot to do that. And what I've learned and what I've had in my journey is that the one thing I've realized that's made the hugest difference is this, that if you want to have the life that you want, you have to go out and get it. There is no excuses. You've got to get rid of the excuses. If you get rid of the excuses, the journey becomes a lot easier. Here's what I've discovered. So when I closed my first 6-figure day, I was scared. I was scared about what that meant, how I could do that. But I made a decision over here that I was going to do whatever it took to make that happen. And just recently, I received an award. I've done $100,000 days multiple times, but I got this award from Arlene Wilder, one of my mentors and friends, for closing $100,000 in a day. And it's definitely possible. Anybody can do it. Now, I've sold $100,000 days many, many times in my career. And the one thing is set in stone for me, and this is what I believe, is that if you want to have that life, if you want to have that outcome, you need to have commitment. Commitment is the one thing you can't do without, right? And commitment means a lot of things. But for me, commitment means no excuses. Getting rid of the excuses. What am I going to do to make that happen? And when you break through that barrier, when you have that mindset and that mentality about business and life, and you're going to do whatever it takes, the commitment sets in. You break this idea of being in a cocoon, you break out of that. Rather than the evolution starts happening. And you can achieve anything you want if you go with that mindset of commitment, letting go of the excuses, doing what it takes to make it happen every day, consistently, relentlessly, and staying focused on that journey to getting there. Because when you do that, when you have this in place, it becomes a lot easier to do it. Sure, it's a struggle. Everything is a struggle in business, but when you commit yourself and you do what it takes to make it happen, it's possible. Now, for me, $100,000 a day is easy. We've sold $300,000 days, $500,000 days, and that's only because we've built commitment into our business and we've got rid of the excuses. Hopefully that's helped you today. You have an amazing day. My name is Matthew Watt, and I'll talk to you again soon.